how a problem that you had with your skin or with the fatigue or with the food that's going on for like a decade can be solved within 10 days after you have the data and the training.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was amazing. I couldn't even believe it.
Dr. Maggie Yu, MD, functional and holistic medicine physician and owner of Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally, an online program designed to actually help people use data and turn around their autoimmune just over a period of 2 months. With us today, we have Julia, and it's going to be an amazing interview. We're going to be talking about lupus and dermatomyositis, how her working as a medical provider struggled with this very thing herself, even though she works in healthcare. And you can learn how she's going to be able to turn this around and what her outcomes were just in a very short period of time, done from the safety of her own home. Here we are. I want to welcome Julia today. And Julia, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what autoimmune struggles you've been dealing with?
Right now, I have lupus. I didn't know I had lupus, but I have lupus. And the sign of that was that I have a skin condition called dermatomyositis.
How long, looking back, do you think you've been dealing with symptoms of autoimmunity for? Because there are patterns and I want people to have early detection. So I want to know what you see now looking back.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna say a better part of maybe more than a decade. I started having skin issues and things, and it would come and go, and I could never figure out a rhyme or reason to it. Either I would have like an itchy patch, or just at certain times, my skin would just break out, and I'd always say, oh, maybe I'm allergic to this, or maybe I'm allergic to that, and nobody could ever have any answers for me. And yeah, it's crazy the things that I can see now, now that I've come to the place of answer.
Okay, I like this idea of coming to a place of answer. What do you think were some of the biggest symptoms you were dealing with between the dermatomyositis as well as the lupus? What were some of the major symptoms?
I would go through bouts of like crippling exhaustion. People that know me, I'm just an outgoing person. I'm a night owl. I like to stay out late. I like to sing karaoke. I like to do things outside the house with friends and just have a good time. Every once in a while, you know, I would get to that point where I was just exhausted, and there wasn't anything I could do, there wasn't anything I could eat, there's anything I could stop eating that would make me feel better or give me my energy back, and until it just kind of worked out. Before I started my journey with Autoimmune Transform Naturally, I couldn't stay out. I was falling asleep at lunch. I'd have to lay down in my room. I'm a sonographer. All my ultrasound homies will know that, you know, when you don't feel good, you lay down in your room at lunch. And that was happening to me. And that was happening to me almost on a daily basis, all through October, all through November, all through December, and half of January.
Lunchtime equals nap time.
Pretty much.
What happened to fun partying Julia, karaoke and Julia at night?
Oh, she was not there. She hadn't been there. I want to say a good 6, 7, 8 months before that. She wasn't there. She didn't want to go out. She didn't want to go anywhere. She was exhausted. I became a hermit. I did. I became a homebody, and I couldn't get out of my own way.
So Julia, one thing I want to ask about, you mentioned the dermatomyositis skin. Can you tell us how bad was it, and what was the impact upon you with that?
It was bad because it came on gradually. It came on over the course of 2 years. It started in the fall of 2018, and it started as just a little bit on my forearms. And then it just kind of got worse and worse, and there was nothing I could do. So eventually, I don't know if you can see, it goes all the way from the tip of my fingers all the way up my arms till right now. It used to be all the way up my arms, all the way, it's all over my chest, all up my face, down my backside, all the way down to my bottom. It was embarrassing because nobody knew, or most people are actually was pretty ignorant about it, because again, they think, oh, you just had some sun. They didn't realize that it was this thing until it was really literally up my face. I looked like if you were to take, I had just this much that was not affected, except right here. I had that classic butterfly, which I know it's classic now. I didn't know that before. But the butterfly shading across the nose and the cheeks, and then it was just all over. I mean, and it was so hot and itchy and insane. It was insanely itchy. I can't even express to you how bad it was. I was crawling. I would wake up 2 and 3 times a night, itching and just miserable. So not only was I exhausted from the lupus that I didn't know was a lupus, but I was exhausted from being exhausted. I wasn't sleeping. I was itching all the time. Just and it was a deep itch. It wasn't just a topical skin. It was a deep everything. Everything was itchy.
Okay. All right. So my next question is going to be, you are about a month out from graduating from our program, our 2-month online program, working with us and our team. And my question for you is, where are you now? Where are those symptoms now?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, I'm back, I have my energy back.
Karaoke, Julia's back.
Well, we haven't been able to do karaoke. I'm very disappointed in that. But
virtual karaoke on Zoom,
If she had the opportunity to go, she would. So yeah, my energy is absolutely back 100%. I'm walking again. I'm doing things for myself. I still have to go to bed to go to work, but when I don't have to work, I do like to stay up still, and it's great. Like I said, I just feel 100% better. The rash is on my back is, I'd say 85% better. You can still see where it is, but it's not red, it's not hot, it's not burning, it's not itching. It's my bottom is good. that bothered me a lot. And it's come down off my shoulders to about half arms. I still have half arms. Still have a little bit on my chest, just a little bit here, but it's not nearly like it was. It was everywhere.
This is unheard of results without a whole bunch of medication in lupus or dermatomyositis. And this happened naturally over a period of less than 2 months is, I think, a big point to push to people. Because a lot of people don't believe this is possible. Even with medication, a lot of people don't believe this is possible. And in this kind of time frame. I mean, did you think this was possible before you started our program 2 months ago?
No, but I knew by listening to you and watching some of your broadcasts that this was the path I needed to take. I knew that I've never been a medicine type of person. I know I work in medicine. We're our own worst enemies.
Yeah, girlfriend.
Worst patients ever. But I've always been a believer in a natural either control or cure, or at least treatment, natural treatments that doesn't do any harm first. And all of those medicines had horrific side effects and stuff that I didn't want in my life. I was already battling enough things to then be made even worse by these medicines that are just poison.
So a lot of people want the secret sauce, and which is, you did our 2-month online program with us and our team. People want to know what specifically in the program is so special and unique that causes turnaround to happen so fast and ginormously for you. So what specifically in the program did you think worked for you, and why?
Oh, well, I think just the way you laid it out, the format of it was easy for me to understand and grasp a hold of the concepts. The concept of, hey, you know what, if we can get control of these items, you call them the 5 pillars, right? If you can get a grasp of getting these things under control, then all of your autoimmune comes down, all of it calm down, and then you can deal with what's actually happening. I started learning about blood sugar. I started learning about data-driven results and the whys of why we need to do these things, and that was huge for me.
For me, based on your food mapping results, which is specifically a blood test working with us, actionable were the items, and how quickly did you see results with that data?
The actionable items are immediate. I was able to pinpoint exactly what was causing my flare, or the continuation of my flare, because the flare just kept getting worse and worse. I went gluten-free. I started my body and my belly was starting to feel better, and everything started to calm down a little bit, but my skin was still on fire and I couldn't figure it out. But man, whenever my food testing came back, it was like that day I stopped poisoning myself. and man, within a week and a half, I started to calm down. Everything started just took all the air out of it, and I stopped waking up at night. That was amazing. I only maybe wake up 1 or 2 times a night, and I found out that was blood sugar. So. But
know, right?
it all works together. So when we talk about, finding the whys and finding the things that all of these things, they work together. Doctors don't tell you that they all work together, and as far as they're concerned, they don't work together.
I love how some problem that you had with your skin or with the fatigue or with the food that's going on for like a decade can be solved within 10 days after you have the data and the training.
Oh my gosh. That was amazing. I couldn't even believe it.
And this is the kind of stuff we see every single day happen in the program.
I saw so many of my colleagues get better and feel better, and just, it's like, oh, can we get everybody in this class? Because everybody needs this class. I have met so many people since the program, since I now have a knowledge base, that are suffering needlessly. And I hope to learn more, as much as I can, to hopefully pass on some of this knowledge.
Julie, something that you do now effortlessly that 2 months ago you thought was impossible?
Effortlessly, I can walk 2 miles again. I can work in my yard. I can stay up, watch a movie, not fall asleep on the couch. So yeah, I can do all these things. I doing my jigsaw puzzles again. I actually have the time to do it.
Thank you for your honesty and your sharing. I really appreciate you joining us and being so vulnerable, Julia. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed that interview just as much as I did. It's amazing to actually hear from 2 medical professionals, me and Julia, about how the use of data and how with conventional medicine is still a very flawed and uneducated process. I love the idea, and what Julia pointed out was that there is an educational based approach based on mentorship and training and using data, medical data and science to actually make turnaround as quickly as 7 to 10 days. After Julia learned what her food intolerances were through our food mapping process, she was able to get results within 10 days of removing a couple key foods. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And I want you to, if there's anybody that you think could benefit from this information, please like and share this video with them by tagging their name under this video. And if you want to learn more about working with us, you can go to drmaggieyu.com And you can join our Facebook group, Transform Autoimmune Disease Naturally. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Lupus, lung fibrosis,
Hashimoto's thyroiditis,
fibromyalgia, AS, which is a form of arthritis,
that's too far, extremely fatigued.
pretty much zero joint pain.
Much more happy.
I don't have brain fog anymore. How much weight I have lost. I want to say remission. Maggie and her approach is really different than the traditional doctor. We're a totally different person.
Got a better understanding of what those intolerances were.
You're not alone.
The community is, I'm learning from everyone else's issues.
It's not just helped me, it's helped my entire family.
We are transformed.
We are transformed.
We are transformed.
We are transformed.
We are transformed.